the best fudge in the world. I mean, it was, do you remember her fudge? I mean, that's what I remember was when Betty Ann came, the fudge came, and it was the best fudge in the world. And I got her recipe, and I still have it, and that's what I remember from Betty Ann, is just she made the best fudge in the world, and it always came to our Christmas and Thanksgiving dinners.
Thank you, Lori.
Hi, my name is Greg. I'm Alberta's son. Lori stole what I was going to say about the fudge. And also, I'll never, ever, ever forget this as long as I live. Betty Ann sometimes would be running late for church, and she'd squeeze in there with Mom, and it'd be time. It'd be time for the plate to come around, and she would just take her purse and just start shaking change into the plate, and then she might pick out a piece of gum, or it was great. I'll never ever forget it. So yeah, I really got a smile out of that. She was a great aunt. So I just wanted to share that with you.
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
I'm Nelson's young sister, and I apologize for being late today, but I do have to tell you that when I was driving down here, I thought, I really don't have to apologize much because Betty Ann was late sometimes
Yes.
too.
Every time.
I'm from California. On this trip, I've had to say I'm sorry so many times, and then I just have to say, I'm human, I'm sorry. We were very, very fortunate to have Betty Ann in our lives for as long as we did. She was a wonderful person, and she always treated me so well. And you stole my thunder, Lori, because I was going to talk about the fudge too.
Oh man,
But I will tell you that she also taught me to make an awesome pot roast, which I still make to this day. And whenever I serve it, I'm always asked for the recipe. So, but you know, there were so many things we could talk all day long and not cover the subject of Betty Ann, because she touched all of our lives in such a beautiful way. And you know, she was one of those people that had unconditional love. And those kind of folks are very, very hard to find these days. And so I think that we all have been very, very blessed and very, very, and so I'm very, very thankful that she was part of my life. Didn't know you were taking the picture. I don't like that.
Yes, I'm filming.
Who else would wish to share?
I'll share some. Jim was, of course, in the service, and we went. I had to go up to the airport to pick him up, and Betty Ann was there, and Betty Ann was standing there talking, and she said, "You know, when you're engaged to somebody in our family, you're married."
Wow.
Yeah. She said, "You're married. You're a family already." So I just never got over that. She was always so close, you know.
Well, we won't discuss mine then. Thank you, Janice.
James, you going to say
I
something?
remember about Betty Ann. I grew up right up the road here, and Jimmy and Goldie, Betty Ann, Alberta. I don't think you was here yet. They would come up to our place, and mostly Sunday afternoon. Jimmy had just put that patio in back there and finished, and he wanted to get the kids away from there, I guess. He brought them up there. Well, Betty Ann came back early. She didn't want to stay up there for some reason. She came back down here. She had a pair of roller skates. She roller skated on that patio back there, and I don't know what the outcome of that was. When he came home with that brand new concrete was all marked up.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I never heard of that.
No. Thank you, Dan.
I wasn't around Betty Ann that much because Jim and I are the same age, and I grew up in California. So my memories of Betty Ann were few and far between. But Shelby, my sister,
Yeah.
talks of Betty Ann and Alberta all the time. She was very close with Alberta because they were the same age. She talks about Goldie sitting on the front porch with Betty Ann, brushing those long curls into spiral curls
Like in the,
right there on that front porch. And she talks about that all the time. And she has pictures of Betty Ann when she was a little girl with these long corkscrew curls.
Yep.
She had the curly, natural curly hair as you do. And that's my memory through my sister of Betty Ann, was the long curls, and she was such a pretty little girl.
yeah. She was. This picture, that 8x10 up there, is all, those are different ages of mom. So, little girl, and then the upper right was when she was 30. Her and dad had their only professional portrait taken, and I magically separated the two just for this. But and then mom's graduation pictures at the bottom, and back in those days they wrote on the graduation picture, or she did at least, for her beloved parents. I love that. And then the last one was more recent, before we left for Florida, and I think that was in about 1986 in the house that her and Papa built. So yeah, that's cool. And then I brought pictures of her living legacy, my granddaughters, which would be her great granddaughters, and she did get to see a video and pictures of them this past Easter. So we have one that's 5.5, she's almost 6, and her name's Jennifer Ann. And then we have twins, Jacqueline and Jewel. So, and they live in New Hampshire.